Diaz, did you DC? He was in the lobby, and now he's just not in the lobby right now. Like, this is where he is. Wait a minute. Let me remove the overlay. We're just waiting for him to join. He was in the test lobby. We're fine with the server, and now he's gone. So hopefully he gets back in here soon, and we can get this one started. His PC must have crashed. Is that something that happens to Diaz? There he is. All right. And he's immediately into the game with 112 ping. I know you're all very interested to know what kind of ping Diaz gets on the European server. He is trying to qualify for both Salt Mine main events. He's already made it into North America. Let's see if he can get into Europe's main event as well. His first task is to take down Nush, the up-and-comer from the Middle Eastern region. And so far so good for Diaz. Kickoff goal just 5 seconds into game 1. We should have a few new animations on the overlay today for you guys. I've actually not trialed it. I've seen a few of these in production. Let's see what you can spot. Yeah, the flags aren't up. I'm just fixing that right now. They should be up now. There we go. I was just doing that as you reminded me. Appreciate a reminder though. Yeah, there's another look at Diaz ping. 116 to Nush's 88. So they're combining for over 200 ping. Nush double tap, tight angle, doesn't make it. Nush, for those of you who are not aware, is is he now 15? He played last season of RLCS on Team Rock. Oh, lovely finish by Diaz. Top bins, reset, and the rebound as well. I think he's 15 now. I'm pretty sure he's 15 at least, is he? In Nush yesterday to qualify, he 3-0'd Kaliers, or at least that's what it says on Wikipedia. And then he also took out Smashy, who's been playing really well. And Smashy eliminated Gazi, who's another great KSA player. So that was a pretty stacked pool yesterday. Just to make it to day 2, we had Kaliers, Gazi, Nush, and Smashy all in the same pool. He turned 15 a couple days ago. Alright, there you go. So I wasn't wrong, but I didn't realize it was that close. Wait, it was actually 3-2? I might have to go back and watch that, because I saw the Wikipedia bracket listed it as 3-0. Wow, so it was actually a 3-2 overtime. No way. So Kaliers got eliminated in the single elimination portion of the tournament. Tried to make it through to join his twin brother in the main event. Nush said, nah, not going to happen, mate. And now he's going to try to take down Diaz as well. Diaz last time, he ran into a bit of problems when he faced Toxic and Tempo. Well, it was Tempo beforehand, and then Toxic as well. So second outing for Diaz in the EU day 2 for qualification. Going to try to do it through the upper bracket this time, and I thought, you know what, we better shoot it to his first round match and see how he's going. I want to see Diaz play on the European servers. Oh, the score's wrong. I was wondering what you guys were talking about. I was like, what score? I don't see any incorrect score. 3-1 looks like the right score to me. No, okay, you mean the series score. You guys are absolutely right. Once again, it should be updated now. I forgot to reset it after the test lobby. So we had such a long delay between test lobby and this one. I forgot there was one. Yes, you guys are probably wondering, well, Johnny, when are you going to remind us to sign up to Salt Mine for quals? And oh, nice demo by Diaz. Doesn't own goal in the follow through. I'm here today to tell you, you can't. You missed it. You're too late. You can't sign up for the qualifier anymore because there are no more qualifiers. This is the last chance for anyone to make it to Salt Mine. So you're going to need to wait till next year if you want to qualify for Salt Mine. But I do appreciate all of you guys who signed up throughout the events. We had over 4,000 sign-ups between all four qualifiers combined, which is great numbers. And that's going to really help us be able to push the next event in the Salt Mine series next year leaked. I mean, I hope so. I've not got anything signed or confirmed yet, but let's see. But you guys have definitely helped out with a ton of signups there. That's a lot of players signed up, which is a very important metric these days. So I wanted to just take a second to thank you all who did do that. And if you are looking for an event to sign up, you can sign up to ATR, which is another event I've been running in collaboration with Shopcast and Shopify Rebellion. So I'd steer you all to that one now, because we've got the 2v2 event next week for ATR. Then we'll have a 2-week break, and then we'll have one season finale in December for that as well. So we're going to have Salt Mine main events and ATR season finale in December for you guys to look forward to. Today and tomorrow, we find out who those last 4 players will be, 2 for Europe, 2 for North America in the main events. Nush now up by 1. Diaz does seem to struggle a little bit more in the European server, which I imagine is partly due to the slightly worse connection that he has to play with. But do any of you guys have, probably all of the Brazilians in chat, do you have any idea, his thoughts on the European server? He says you lagged. Okay, that's unfortunate. We can pause after this, or during this replay if he wants. No. Alright, he says no. That's unfortunate. I mean, we're not going to cancel a goal out because of lag. Unfortunately, that's not something we can do. We do not have the ability to review connections and things like that with Salt Mine the way they would in RLCS. Oh, well played by Nush again. Diaz underestimated the power he could get on that touch. And while trying to take control of the ball, notice here Diaz slowed down, trying to wait for Nush to hit it slowly so that then he could collect it, take it to back corner. It got away from him though, as Nush just got a clean touch on the landing. Yeah, it was right. I do believe that he lagged, but my point is we have no back-end verification on connections and things like that, so it's not something we can enforce. We can't be pausing and reviewing things that we don't have access to. Is Saltmane the official 1v1 tournament Psionic showcase for this season? You mean the 1v1 RLCS? No, that's just a separate thing. That's just RLCS 1v1. I say just as if it's not a big deal. And in fact, it is going to be the biggest 1v1 tournament in history. That's a great fadeaway 50 by Diaz. And he's finally got a goal back. It's been a Nush spree for the mid-game. Still a long time for Diaz to come back in this one, but Nush did a fantastic job to come back from 3-2 down and then score 5 in a row. Getting a lot of this kickoff sequence where Diaz is stealing the boost, but Nush is grabbing mid boost. It doesn't really matter. Ball kind of in between them as they do that. Yeah, just very quickly again, does any of you Diaz viewers, do you know his thoughts on his chances to make it in this tournament? What's his record like on the European server compared to the American server? I know the American server is basically his second main server alongside the South American server. But does he consider himself an underdog here? Or does he think that he should be the favorite to make it? Looking at the results he's getting, I think he's an underdog today. I would guess. But not by much. I do think it's very close. You know, players like Tempo are looking really good recently. So I think, you know, if I were to pick right now, who would I choose to make it? I'm going to say Appjack and Tempo. But Tempo, you know, started last week's qualifier compared to the end, he didn't really look like the same player. I think he did run out of steam a little bit, so upper bracket Tempo is definitely better than lower bracket Tempo last time around. Underdog? Thinks he's the underdog? I know Diaz can play very well, and I've seen him in ranked games mainly on the European server. I've seen him against some top tier KSA and European players who are streaming rank 2s, so it's definitely more than playable for him. But another thing that I notice when Diaz does play, or the matches I've seen him play in Saltmine quals in Europe versus North America, is the playstyle doesn't seem to suit him as well. He's forced into more kind of, I guess, how would I describe it? That's a good mind game by Diaz here to go 2-0 up. I would say that in the European server, there's a lot more kind of nitty-gritty, just awkward positions in 1v1 that you don't get as often in North American 1v1 meta, where it's a lot more clean. You know, one player takes a turn attacking into the other player taking a turn attacking, a lot of air dribbling, a lot of 100 boost plays. Whereas in Europe, you'll get a lot more kind of low boost pressure. Diaz did think that challenge could be a real one there. Nush with great speed. Look at this play by Nush on the recovery. Fake challenge into an overhead save. Little wave dash on the landing, and he beats Diaz to the follow-up. Yeah, I imagine he does struggle a bit more with kickoffs against European players because the ping would make that particular part of the game a lot harder. Diaz in North America has some of the best, if not the best, kickoffs right now. Lots of mind games. Oh, look at this by Diaz. Absolutely spectacular mind game. And he's had quite a few successful mind games already. Going into another goal lead. This is a similar kind of situation to game one. Diaz initially moving out in front. Nush was able to come back and take control of the first game. Lots of fake challenges by Nush. That's not a good save. In fact, it's not a save at all. It's just gone in. And Diaz is up 4-1. That's a good kickoff for Nush. Let's see what he could do with it. He's decided to go for the aerial game off the wall. Flip reset is secured. And he wanted the mind game as well, but not the best 50-50 follow-up. Diaz just barrels right through him. Was not afraid to just sit behind the ball, and he slow rolls him just a touch, not too much, to make it 5-1. Johnny Boy, the score is wrong. I don't think so. Pretty sure the score is correct this time. Good try, though, if you're a Diaz fan. That was a good effort to get him back into the series. Although he might not need your help to do it. He is coming back with a strong response in game two. Fake ceiling challenge by Diaz. Nush taking the ball pretty slowly on this attacking play. Another fake, another low 50. And Nush loops around for the immediate shot. Diaz couldn't get to it. I think initially he put it into his post, but no post pinch. It does just barely cross the line. Let's see how close Diaz was to post pinching this out. Not too far off, actually. If that hit his car again, it would have had a favorable bounce. And a reasonable recovery also. Both players playing very tricky in this series so far. Trying to mind game each other a lot, trying to fake high and go low a lot. And it's not worked out on this play by Diaz, who's been dunked on by Nush. Nush again coming back after an initial deficit. And if Nush keeps just playing the ball and ignoring Diaz, that will force this mind game kind of play style to change. I don't think Diaz can continue doing this if Nush keeps challenging the way he did there. Better kickoffs in game two for Diaz. He is going to go off the wall, of course, reset early on the play. And he uses it pretty early also. Nush nowhere to be seen. Nush actually landed way, way out of position on this one. Had the boost, went to the ceiling, and yeah, that just wasn't the right choice at all. He had to use all his boost just flying back down, which is incredibly inefficient. Ceiling challenges, of course, are great in the current ones meta when your opponent is air dribbling near ceiling height, but Diaz was not there. He was air dribbling much lower. So Nush would have been better to just jump off the wall instead. Nush again fights back. Diaz trying to hold on to this possession in the back corner. Got completely outplayed there. Nush with a kind of a intentionally losing 50, realizing that Diaz angle coming into the play was going to center the ball favorably for himself. Now Nush has messed up a wave dash though, and it's going to be a 3-goal deficit again, half-time in game two. Oh, I meant to mention, I will be mentioning quite a lot actually. Have you guys had a chance yet to watch yesterday's Shotcast episode? The episode that we've been talking about for weeks did finally happen. So I'll be mentioning it. I'll be referring to it throughout the day, so that anyone who missed it can go and take a look. We had Genji's, Arnold, we had Resolve, Jeff, and we had Brendy from Chiefs. That's CEO of Genji and the COO of Resolve and Chiefs. COOs of Resolve and Chiefs. And we also had Farah, the coach from Karmi Corp, on, all four of them, giving some insight on the off-season and the current situations with orgs in Rocket League and their perspectives on the trajectory of Rocket League as an esport. Super interesting episode. I really enjoyed it. Learned a lot. And I'd recommend you guys to go check it out. I think there was also what was the tweet that got, or the hashtag that got trending on Twitter after the fact? I've forgotten what it was. Somebody in chat will tell me what it was though. But yeah, it spawned a trending hashtag as well, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, the We Are Not Fortnite hashtag, that's right. Yeah, so that was pretty good. Rocket League community reminding Epic Games that Rocket League is not Fortnite. I wonder if Epic Games are sitting over there in the Epic offices going, Oh. Oh, that explains a lot, actually. That's really smart. Now, I'm pretty sure they're aware, but... yeah, pretty cool to see that. Oh, what a shot. Nush actually coming back again here. Ceiling reset. And an extremely quick transition. Kind of just hit it with the back of the car as Diaz came in for the challenge. Yeah, definitely check out that Chalkcast episode if you haven't already. !Chalks in the Twitch chat, or you just scroll down to the YouTube description if you want to see what's happening with that. And yeah, we might have to get some of those guys back on the show as well, because it was a super interesting conversation. Little reset lob by Diaz. He's been bumped into the back corner, and Nush is going to try and score an open net here. Gets it. Well, that looked like it might just be a chance for Nush. And instead, or a chance for Diaz rather. Instead, it's Nush's ball. That's a bit unlucky for Diaz. If he'd hit that reset lob just a touch lower, the ball would have obviously stayed on the goal line. Instead, Nush is back again with another kickoff goal. Well, Diaz can't believe it. Down 10 goals to 8 here. This is an absolute disaster for the Brazilian. In game 2, second game in a row where he's had the perfect start. And then Nush has just had a much stronger mid-game. And Diaz looks like he might be a little bit tilted here. That challenge was a really weird angle. Did not look like he had too much of a chance of getting there. And even if he does, I mean, he's just getting dunked on. So, yeah, Nush is definitely inside Diaz's head right now. There's so long left in the game. A minute left, only 2 goal down. I think Diaz could have just circled back to net and waited for a better opportunity, such as this one. Flip reset for Diaz. Must score. Does score. No, North America Salt Mine is going to be tomorrow as per. It's going to be Friday for NA. Wall shot sinks into the net for Nush. 12 goals against Diaz. He is crushing him in round 1. In North America, it's going to be 11 p.m. UK time. That's GMT. Tomorrow, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. If you want to tune into the NA closed, well, not really closed qual, NA day 2 of the qualifier, last chance qual, that'll be at the usual time. Just had to move EU forward a day. Diaz calling next again. 13-9 is just absurd. I mean, Nush is really on fire today. And it really makes you wonder, where has this guy been? Because he's not been in one of the day 2s yet. Curious to see if he can keep this up. I think he probably can. The thing that makes me most worried about Diaz is that challenge when he was down 2 goals in, I think, a minute to go in the last game. Really not a good looking challenge for Diaz. I think he played it very impatiently. Can he just calm down here? Can he find his stride? As Diaz drops a nice shot. No, he can't. It's more salt in the mine. He just nice shot at a kickoff goal. And sat still. Salt is piling onto Diaz's head here. And so far he's off to a horrendous start in his campaign to make both Salt Mine main events. Now we've got to remind ourselves that trying to do this is kind of ridiculous. Nobody in the world has ever tried to qualify to a European 1v1 major tournament from the South American servers or come anywhere near succeeding. So what Diaz is trying to do is extremely difficult, but it's made even harder by Nush's current form. This is the best start Nush has had. He's already won 2 games. But look at that lean back reset. Flick over the top of Diaz challenge in the blink of an eye. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, players need to be 15 to play this, and he turned 15 last week. No way. That's actually kind of crazy. So Nush, he's just turned 15, and now he's like, all right, finally I'm old enough to sign up for Salt Mine. Let me just go ahead and qualify for this tournament first try. No nonsense. And he's absolutely all over Diaz here. I mean, he's just flicked into an air dribble bump. This is insane. Diaz has to respond. And he's not going to get an easy position on this kickoff either. Nush forces him to back down. Another long-range air dribble from him. One reset, another one. Wanted a tight angle rebound, misses it, and it will be a goal for Diaz. Going the other way, but you can see Nush's confidence. Trying to go for a more technically difficult shot on every consecutive goal attempt here. The ping finally affects Diaz. Yeah, he's looking more normal. Oh, look at this challenge by Nush though. I mean, that's just absurd. Diaz wanted the full pitch air dribble. Nush must know what Diaz is known for, because he was all over that before Diaz could even get near his flip reset range. Oh, what shot. Diaz off the bar. Out. Nush trying to make it back to the ball, but Diaz fakes him out, and he does get a goal. That was a fantastic ground shot from Diaz to set up this sequence. The post outplayed Nush just a little bit there. We're used to seeing far more air dribbles per minute from Diaz than we're seeing in this matchup. He's not had the space, he's not had the time to set those up. Here's an opportunity to do this. Is he going to try to play for the ground air dribble? He is, so he's still confident in his own style. But Nush again just clamps him. Gets there a bit too quick for Diaz to do anything about. Diaz trying to keep the counter-attacking chance alive. Nush with no boost, might have to retreat to his back corner. Very awkward position for Diaz. Nush has caught this extremely well. Has Nush actually turned this into a goal? He has. Wow, Diaz was looking for a back wall demo, but Nush transitioned to a counter-attack straight down the middle of the pitch. And I know that the hardcore fans among you, especially the Hardcore Ones fans, will know what Nush is about. If you've been watching Middle East Rocket League for the past season in RLCS, if you've been watching the upcoming youngsters that he teams with, Dr. No, Nush and Ops, you'll know that this guy's the real deal. But did you know he was this good? 5-2 over Diaz. Just over 2 minutes gone. Diaz looking to take control with this possession play. Again, has an opportunity to go to the air if he wants to. This time he opts for the ground game, and he's been completely stuffed. That's just not good enough from Diaz. Easy challenge for Nush, who slow rolls him to make it 6-2. Diaz's usual creativity in offense has ground to a bit of a halt here. It's been all Nush in the third game. We're getting pretty close to forfeit territory, I would imagine. Nush has been pretty unplayable at times, especially in the mid-game, which is where we're at now. This has been the part of the game in every game in the series where he's completely taken over. And Diaz, once more, has to watch the ball go into the back of his net. He actually had a boost advantage there, but he just ended up on the wrong side of the ball. That's not the 50-50 that Diaz needed at this moment. Wave dash recovery kickoff for Nush. He can make it 8-2. Double reset. Nush looking for the air dribble off the back of it. No rebound, but the boost steal still lands. I mean, he's double reset, rebounding on Diaz's head and recovering after it doesn't go into the back of the net. Still plenty of time for Diaz to try and make something happen. We know that when he can get rolling, when he can start to peak, there's not a player on the planet who can stop his offensive package, but chances are too few and far between. Just 5 shots for Diaz to Nush's 10. Diaz again trying to sneak into the back corner for a demo. Nush has outplayed him, and it's going to be 8-2. And Diaz is out of here. GG's. If Diaz wants to make it to the main event for Europe, he'll have to go through the lower bracket the long way. 4 matches in a row in that lower bracket. And yeah, Nush advances. What a performance. Coming back from behind in the first 2 games and then dominating the third. Remember, guys, if you haven't already, use !TNR in the Twitch chat or scroll down to YouTube description to head over to thenextrank.com. The course is actually dropping very soon. Dropping next week, so we're excited about that. There's a countdown timer on the site that you can check the exact lunchtime. It's 5 days and 10 hours from right now. So yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't already. You can sign up for free to the email list for more information once the course does drop. Myself and apparently Jack have been working on it for over a year, so finally we can get it published and show you guys what we've been up to.